So we're back and we have some news. We changed the show name.
We are now being called Wolf&Pooch instead of He Say, She Say.
So erase He Say, She Say. Yes.
Yeah.
So Wolf&Pooch from here on out. And just a little explanation on the Pooch, because I get asked that a lot, why my name is Pooch. It's a nickname that I've had since young. It's a family nickname and it is from my last name, as you know, Poochio. So it has nothing to do with dogs. Most people think it's like, oh, she loves dogs. No, I'm not referring to myself as a dog. It's literally my nickname. So cleared that up. But anyway.
And Wolf, just for those who don't know, that's just me because I feel like I have a wolf mindset. Like, I just see myself like I have the same qualities as a wolf, and I could go deep into it, but I'll say that for another show.
Another show.
So
Talk
that's
about
why
our
we
names
call
on
it
another show.
Wolf&Pooch. But
there you go. That's it. So we have our Aperol Spritz because it's Spritz weather. We're by the pool. We're getting ready. It's spring. The Warriors are about to play, so we're gonna rush this.
She got the shirt
got the
on.
Dove Nation ready. But yeah, no, we have a little story time today. Everybody likes story time. So it's so funny how these show ideas come about. But the other day, Jay said, I remember what you wore on your first date, or on our first date. Let me rephrase that. And of course, you know, the hopeless romantic me was like, you did? But then I was like, well, what was it? Because I wanted to see if he remembered. And he did, down to every last detail. But it kind of made me think of, oh, we should talk about our first date. And then maybe we should tell people like what to do and not to do on a first date. Because there really are some do's and don'ts. But we had our first date in San Francisco. I guess you could call it a second date if you want to, but the first like official date. Because the first time we just met each other and we did that show. But yeah, he came to San Francisco the very first weekend I'd moved there. So it was kind of an exciting time. Do you remember the restaurant?
No.
Yeah, he does. So we went to Don Pisto's and we had a lot of sangria and yeah, we had tacos and it was a good first date. But what I do mostly remember about that first date was, one, we talked and talked and talked for a long time. Like, and we talked about each other and what we, you know, just kind of our interests and things like that. And kind of why I'm bringing this up a little bit is I think there's some off limits conversations on a first date. Like, I really don't think that you should bring up any exes. Okay, I think that's something you shouldn't get into.
Yeah, not the first date.
No,
that's scare them off.
Well, right. It's like, oh, they did this to me. It's like, okay. I mean, you're there to really get to know the person, right? Like, you're not trying to hear about their past and their sob story, right? I mean, everybody's got one, but like, you know, use that time to like just see who they are and learn a little bit about them. And honestly, I think as far as a first date goes too, like, don't go to the movies. You can't talk. True. Go somewhere where you can be interactive. Go, you know, go out to dinner or go out for a drink if you're not sure, right? Because sometimes you're like, maybe we'll just get a drink and see how it goes. Like there's always that chance that you don't want to continue the night. You know, or just something just where you guys could connect. I feel like, you know, if you're sitting watching a movie, you're not going to be able to have any kind of decent you're not going to have a conversation because who wants someone talking in movies? So and I think it's also important what you wear. As a woman, I'm going to speak to the woman's point of view here. So just getting back to what I wore on our date, I did wear a skirt. I had long boots on and I had it was a sweater. However, I wasn't showing anything, right? I mean, it was still cute. It still had sex appeal, all that. But I really feel like on a first date, as a woman, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to speak for the woman's point of view. You could speak for the men. Don't show what you have. Don't put it all out there. Like, you could be sexy and still have, you know, everything. Let's. How do I say this in a PC way? You don't need to have it all out there, okay? I mean, if they're going to see it eventually, they're going to see it eventually, but they don't need to be sitting there at dinner staring at it the whole time, and then the focus is on that and not you, right? So that's kind of where I'm going with it. Like, you don't need to do all that because it really takes away from you connecting with the person anyways. Now, not to say that, okay, dress like a nun. No. Like, I'm just saying, you could still be cute and sexy, but you don't have to have your cleavage, pouring out, and you don't have to have your ass hanging out either. Like, I'm sorry. I think there's just, eventually, if they get that far, they're going to see it anyway. So why on the first date do you have to do all that? I think it's just doing too much. That's my opinion. What do you think?
From a man's point of view, we don't mind if you let it all hang out. I'm gonna be 100. That's not gonna change nothing. If it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. But we don't mind. We don't be thinking like, oh, her cleavage is out, so now I can't have a conversation.
But is there a prejudgment that goes with it? Like, well, she dressed like this on the first date. Do you think like there's some kind of prejudgment, like you're thinking that what kind of person she is?
To be honest, me personally, nah. I mean, I don't expect every woman to be the same. Like, every woman's not gonna be conservative. Some women proud of their body, and some women just thick, and it has to just hang out.
Oh no!
Like, sometimes that's just how it is.
Here's the deal. What I dressed, I had a skirt on. You saw some of my legs. I had long boots. I had a sweater. Now the back of the sweater had like cut out, so you could kind of see my back. It was sexy, yet I was covered and I wasn't hanging out. So that leaves a little something to like make you kind of wonder. And I think that's way better than, oh, I don't have to wonder. It's all in front of me. Right? Like we talked about seeing people on the internet. You see their bodies before you know them. It's the same concept, in my opinion. So that's where of course you're not going to mind. You're going to be sitting there drooling, of course. But I'm just saying. I
mean, me personally,
save it for the second or third date.
I could still hold a conversation and look at the girl and be,
course.
I admire beauty. So if you want to let it hang out, or sometimes, women are just voluptuous and they just have no choice.
I'm just saying.
And you can't,
first of all,
you can't judge them. You can't judge them. Not every girl and not every woman is the same.
I didn't say you should judge them. I'm just saying I wonder if guys do prejudge and put them in a certain category if that happens. Because I feel like as women, we tend to be put in categories a lot.
Now, I ain't saying it like if she's showing everything, we ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, this wifey, like right off the bat, because, whatever. Obviously, you're gonna be like, all right, I feel it. But hey, who knows? Different strokes for different folks.
I'm not saying that. For me personally, I think you should leave a little something to be desired. So it's kind of like, okay.
True. I see where you're coming from now.
So then they could, maybe wonder a little bit. Like, you don't need to give it all away right away. That's my whole thing with it. But, and, like we were getting into, what would you say are some topics that should really be off topic?
Well, First, I want to say you shouldn't obviously be on your phone when you. Especially not on the first date, right? At least.
Wait, can I speak
I feel
to that?
like that's
and if his phone's face down at the table, that's another red flag. Yes, or hers.
I just keep it in my pocket.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really
I was just gonna say because
I don't really get the whole phone face down.
Don't sit here. Of course, a lot of people do that, and we all know why. Come on.
Yeah, I guess, but I just keep it in your pocket. You ain't gotta worry about it.
It shouldn't be out unless you have kids or something. There's an emergency or something. But yeah, you could go to the bathroom and check it if you're worried about someone who's homesick or whatever. No, there's no reason. But I hear you.
But that and taking calls. Unless it's an emergency, your kids, need you or something. I guess.
Sometimes people take the call to be like, "Hey, call me because this might not be going well." Have you ever had that happen?
Some worse.
What?
So, all right. One time, it was my first date with a girl, and we went to a bar, and we chilling at the bar, and I just keep noticing her looking over, and I'm wondering, I'll look over. I'm like, I wonder what she's looking at. We'll have conversation, but she'll just glance over. And so it turns out the whole time her friend was there at the bar. I didn't know. Just to make sure, she was like, oh, I just wanted to make sure, I had some bad experiences. I wanted to make sure I was safe, so I wrote my friend. the friend was in the bar the whole time. I didn't even know.
Wow.
Just like keeping.
Well, you know what? I don't think that's a problem if she had a bad experience. Like that's a safety thing.
Don't be doing that.
Wait, hold on, Jay, because you know what? You don't know what the bad experience was. She could have been some kind of assault. Like you don't know, and if she met you online, like you have to see, like a dating app or whatever. Like there's a lot of weirdos out there. Like there's a lot of crazy ass people. So
I don't like that. I feel like you're already starting off on the wrong foot.
She was trying to keep herself safe. She admitted it. She didn't keep it a secret.
You get an address and whatever, but literally in the bar, like a few seats away, and it's like some secret mission type.
Was there a second date after that?
To be honest, no. It wasn't no second date after that. Because I didn't feel safe. After that, I'm like, I don't know who she got in here watching me. So after that, I'm
that's
good.
Kind of a funky tone. I know. Maybe she shouldn't have said something, but it's weird that I don't know. I don't know. That is a strange situation. But it's hard. Wow. No, it's hard because you don't know did she tell you what happened to her?
She said she got catfish or something like that.
Oh, well, catfish is different.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, what does that have to do with...
I'm talking about if, like, someone spiked her drink and she got... Okay.
No, it was not like that. She said she got catfish. I'm like, that has nothing to do with... Anyway.
Okay, the friend could have left once she saw you. Okay.
Don't do that.
But you know, you could definitely tell people where you're going to be.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah. Like, you send a text message to your girl or your family member, hey, I'm going to be here with so-and-so.
Absolutely. That's acceptable.
But damn, right few seats away. I'm thinking,
already.
Like, come on, man.
That's hilarious.
Wow. But anyway, that's one of the things I don't think you shouldn't do on the first date. Like, don't
calling
do that.
The troops to have them.
Don't be having somebody spy and stuff in disguise. And
that's
anyway. What's another thing?
I don't know. How do you think a man should dress on the first date? Can I tell you what Jay wore on our first date?
No, technically this was the second time we had
Jay. Yes, it was.
So on the first day, I actually wore a jean jacket, and I was cool. Had my jean jacket, woody woo. Mm-hmm. Now, what you talking about? Yeah, I came in some sweats because I didn't know where we was going or what.
He was not used to going out in San Francisco. I'll never forget. I was like, "Oh, you're gonna change?" He's like, "No." I was like, okay. That's all right. It was fine. It was actually not a super high-end restaurant, so it was like, it was casual, but it was just kind of funny. But yeah, I remember. But I mean, all right, so going out on a first date, like, how should it?
I mean, on the first date, obviously, you should dress accordingly.
You dress, you were put together, you smelled good, you had the little, pimp walk going.
Yeah, you gotta have a walk. That's another thing, fellas. On the first date, fellas, you gotta have a walk down.
Well, our first date was a little funky.
Well, just in general, you should just have a walk down. But I'm just saying, you gotta bring down the first date. But you should always have your dress pants. A nice shirt that not nothing loose or baggy, but stuff that hug your body. That kind of
body type. Maybe you want something loose.
That's a different story.
Yeah.
But
different body types.
Yeah,
different things.
True. But you come correct.
Smell good.
Sure. Oh yeah. Sin is very, because that's what get them right from the first hug. I already got her.
Oh, unless they don't like how you smell.
Yeah.
No, you have a good. That's one of the first things I noticed when I hugged you, because I was like, well, first of all, I wasn't even anticipating hugging you. You went in for a hug straight away. I was like, oh, okay. Because I'm thinking I'm meeting you for a podcast, like chat. Yeah, well, allegedly. We talked about the podcast for about 5 minutes. It's okay. Fine. I had a feeling that he was going to think it was a little bit more because of the phone conversations that took place prior, but it's all good. I
was chilling.
It was fine.
Usual.
It was fine. No, it was good.
Right,
I was just super. I remember being super nervous though. I was nervous both times. First and second date, I was extremely nervous, and that's hard. So I don't even know how you get over that. But you never want to drink too much because then you want to get sloppy. That's the other thing.
Ooh,
do not get wasted on a second date. Like, that's not a good look. And I remember we were drinking sangria, but I wasn't getting I wasn't drinking as much as you were.
Yeah. You never want to vomit, fellas, when you're on the first date with a female.
No.
First impression, you don't want to be. She didn't want to be having to take care of you on the first date.
Sloppy and gross. Yeah, no.
So don't.
But
do
not
that,
even just throwing up, like just being just, drunk and just like out of it, because everyone's a different kind of drunk, and you don't know. But, I remember just being nervous.
So, what are some things that you should do? We already talked about this.
Yeah, we did. We talked about a lot of the should nots. What you should do: don't be late. So you should be on time. True. And if you are running a little late for whatever reason,
unless you want to make an entrance, no.
How late to make an entrance? I mean, think about it.
2-3 minutes.
Well, that's not late.
2-3 minutes. 5 minutes or less, maybe 5 or less.
I think that's cheesy. You make an entrance by being on time. You don't make an entrance by being late.
Matter of fact, your ass was late. Now that I think about it.
I have long ways to travel.
Now that she was talking. Yeah. But anyway,
I was.
Yeah, don't be late.
No, wait. We had a grace period. We said between 12 and 12:30 because we were meeting for lunch. You remember that? I probably still have the text message.
Ain't no grace period.
We pulled up old text messages. I'm like,
no grace periods either.
Listen, because it was dependent on traffic. I was coming far. I was crossing 3 freaking counties to get to you. Jesus. No, but I might have been a little late. It's not, I know, but it wasn't on purpose. I wouldn't be late on purpose. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. No.
To make an entrance.
No, I ain't talking about like that. Like,
let me be
I ain't gonna have a red carpet out.
If I'm early or late.
I ain't gonna have a red carpet out, but But anyway, that and just
being on time,
being attentive, and
being attentive. I will say that night when my apartment at the time, remember, Telegraph Hill, steep hills. And I remember thinking, oh God, I had to walk down these hills and these heels. Oh my God. And you were attentive. You held on to my back. You made sure I was safe. So that was a huge plus because, we're all taking notes the first date, second date. We're checking to see what guys do in certain situations. So yeah, you were attentive. That was good. I don't know. Are you the type of guy? Because I'm trying to remember. This is so long ago. We had this date. It was a long time ago. Did you pull out my chair? Did you open the door?
I opened the door.
You do open doors.
I didn't pull out the chair.
I like that stuff. I'm not gonna knock points off for not doing it.
I mean, that's cool if you do it, but when you grow up black, you put on the. I mean, maybe some dudes do. Maybe some, but I ain't. I wasn't equipped to that, so I ain't.
You open the door for me.
Yeah, I do that. Of course, I'm opening the doors, but as far as now opening a car door, that's a different story. I ain't getting out to do all that. Some dudes do that, but that's kind of cheesy. That's cheesy.
That's old school, but you had to do that.
I'll unlock it for you, how you get in, but I ain't getting out the car to open it.
That's that was back in the day when there was no electric locks to unlock the car. People would have to reach over and
Well, yeah, that's cool. You reach over and open it for them.
Yeah.
No. I mean how the dudes get out, walk around the car,
like a valet.
Yeah, like a valet. Here, you're hiding. No, I ain't doing all that.
I mean, there's nothing wrong if you do. If you're a guy and you want to open the car door, don't listen to him.
Hey, I'm just kidding. Could.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just respectful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. To each his own. I'm not going to knock you off if I'll be damned though if you're sitting in the car comfortable and I'm still outside. No, that's going to be a problem. If my door ain't unlocked yet and you're all sitting there getting your phone and shit equipped, I'm going to be look.
Searching for the right song?
No. That'll be a problem. That's clearly not okay. I don't think anyone would be okay with that. I was like, that's not cool. You have dog hair on your face. Anyways, so we talked about, and we're getting off track a little bit, but we talked about what to do, which being on time, being attentive. Mm-hmm. Do you remember anything else that we were going to say that you should do? Because we talked about should nots. Maybe.
I will say, whoever invited who out should probably pay.
Oh, I was waiting for this to come up.
Or let me ask you, who should pay on the first date? The person that invite the person out, or
there's so many opinions about
because
this.
Honestly,
I think that
a lot of people like to split it. Like a lot of women that I've dated, they like to. They're like, oh no, it's
so
okay.
You split on the first date?
I mean, no. Usually, I offer to pay, but I'm saying if she was like,
And
oh,
so
no, I got it, I can split it, I'm not going to be like, oh, no. Because some dudes be like, no, put your money away, I got it, and be all aggressive with it. I'm like, all right, baby, you know, you can pay your half. That's cool. But I always offer to pay, especially if
I think it's nice
invited
if
the girl out.
you invite the person out, the man invites, then you should pay. Now, I have zero issues with going 50-50 when you go out. You know that. Like, that's not an issue. We take turns all the time, whatever. Like, we're good about that. But yeah, no, I don't think first date, because typically the guy is the one that asks out more often than not. So, I don't know. I think it's nice for him to do that. You know.
Alrighty. So,
but, anything you want to do a wrap up?
Let's wrap it up. That was the do's and don'ts.
The do's and don'ts.
We're Wolf&Pooch. That's the new name.
The new name, yeah.
We got a lot more stuff coming. We got the shorts popping off now.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be doing a lot more shorts on YouTube. And yeah, just
like, comment, subscribe.
You know, turn on the notifications. Keep us close, cause you know we gonna take off.
We're gonna do more story times. that's my plan.
She wanna do.
I like doing the story time.
I want to talk about the real.
Oh well, you could do both. You could incorporate story time in with that, because story time's kind of fun.
Well, there you have it.
All right.
Another one down from Wolf&Pooch.
We got to go watch the Warriors play.
Yeah.
Watch the Warriors win.
Curry better make me some money. I tell you that.
There you go. All right. Till next time.